Alright guys, I got here today a Savage Cub. This one on loan to me today by my buddy Andrew. Appreciate that. So as I said, it's a Savage Cub. So this is basically a little tiny youth model, 22. And these you can shoot shorts, longs, and the long rifle. These are now discontinued, so I believe these are basically the original version. The more modern version, they now call it the Rascal with the synthetic stock. So basically the same thing as the Rascal, which is why I'm probably including Rascal in the title. This is just the older version, which to some people this is going to be more of a collector's item. Obviously the Rascal wouldn't be a collector's item at all because they're still in production, but this is somewhat of a collector's item because it's the only way you could get it with the wood stock here. Obviously discontinued, and you know, it's the original, so there's a little more heritage to it there. So it's not the real old version. I'm honestly not sure when they started making these, but this is somewhat modern because it has the Accu trigger here. But like I said, they replaced this with the Rascal. So this one does still have the Accu trigger. You got a peep sight rear, and of course your front blade, but they actually give you a little round dot there on the blade. And I'll try to line up the sights. I'm not sure how well my camera will focus on it, but I'll try to show you guys what I can. But it's a peep sight setup. Obviously your safety's there. Bolt action, single shot. And we're going to put this variety of somewhat neat ammunition through here today. Might have some things that some of you may have never seen before. So we're going to try these 22 Calibri. These things are dead silent because they're primer only. Then we got Cci Quiet. A lot of people know about these. These ones specifically are the segmented hollow point, which I actually prefer these over the regular because the regular 40 grain round nose, they ricochet really bad, whereas these do not. When these hit the ground, they break up. Rim CB, so these are basically the same as this in a sense. It's same velocity. These are actually a little faster, I guess, 740 feet per second with a 33 grain hollow point, whereas these are 710 with a 40 grain. However, they're both about the same volume. Got some 22 shorts here, but these are high performance shorts. You can see the velocity there, 1105, so that is cooking for a short. Got some longs over here as well, which are also high velocity. That's high velocity for a freaking 22 long rifle. And then I just got some generic high velocity 22 long rifle here. I do have stingers, but these are longer cased. I'm not going to run these through there. It's probably not chambered for them. Most people know the stingers, they got a 2 to 3 millimeter longer case. So a lot of manufacturers actually say do not run these because the case length is too long for the chambering. So definitely not taking any risks here. Obviously I could just look it up, but I'm not even going to run this through these because it's not my gun. He probably doesn't want stingers run through it. I was just out here previously doing a video of this Rossi 22 410 matched pair here. It's a youth model. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check that out too. There's a 22 barrel for it. So anyways, down here at the pistol bay, so we'll shoot some steel with it. I'll throw a target up down there and print some groups. Obviously it's close range, but it'll let me see where I need to hold. Let me see if I can get a sight picture here for you guys real quick. So yeah, that's just going to be impossible to pick up with any camera, I think. Peep sight there. So you got the little tiny hole there if you're not familiar with the peep sight. So you'll look through the hole and then you line up. And there's your front sight. Of course, that's super zoomed in. That's the only way I could get it to focus. It'll look real small through that peep sight. So you look through the peep and then you just put that round part on top of that front post there dead center in the peep sight, and that's how you aim with it. Depending on the person, it might take some time to get used to that, but I personally love peep sights because they are more precise. So I'm going to use these here, high velocity 22 long rifle, to see where she's impacted and sighted in and all that, which I've kind of been messing around with the house. It should be pretty close. Your low velocity stuff like these, this, and that, they're going to have a lower impact than your standard or high velocity stuff. And then if you do shoot hyper velocity, anything through it, it's going to have a higher impact. So it's really going to depend on what you zero this rifle for. When you switch it up, you're going to have a different impact point. But like I said, I'm just going to run these Aguila Super Extra here. It's pretty generic high velocity stuff. Wasn't going for superb accuracy, anything like that. I was just sending them down there to see where they're hitting so I know where to hold on these steel targets here. And before I get too much further in this video, I meant to show this earlier. Just kind of wanted to show like a size comparison of this. So it's got a 16-inch barrel. Obviously it's got a little dinky stock, and so the length of pull is real short and all that. But I'm 5'9", and it fits me pretty comfortably. So I don't know if you're like 6'5", 300 pounds, it might be a little too small for you, but me at 5'9", I feels just fine. Like, I can tell it's a small rifle, but I can shoot it just fine. So there's what it looks like on me. So while it is a small rifle, I have no problem whatsoever shooting it. It's not like it's so small that I can't comfortably shoot it. Honestly, I rather like it. So I'm going to hit the steel down here. Some of these will not fall over. 22 just does not have that much energy to knock these over. These things are meant for like 9mm and 45. But generally, if I aim towards the top, I can get most of them to tumble over. So I'll use the same ammunition there, and we'll try to knock some of these over. Alright, so that's kind of interesting. In this video, I knocked almost all of them over, and with this one, it's not knocking them over. I don't know if I'm just hitting a little lower, but I think it's the difference in barrel length. This has an 18.5 inch. That's like 16.25. So the extra couple inches barrel length there is giving those enough velocity to knock more of those over. Like I said, I might be hitting slightly lower, but I was aiming pretty much the same spot with both at the very top there. So there's a small amount of reduced velocity, at least with the high velocity stuff, from this 16-inch barrel. But if you guys didn't catch the other video, I'm sure you're wanting to see a sound comparison of these, so I'll do that here in this one too. If you guys did see the other video, you're probably going to skip through this part, but anyways. So I'll go from quietest with this to loudest to this. So it'll be Cci Quiet, CB, these shorts that are loud, and then the super extra high velocity there. All right, first up, the Cci. Cci Quiet. Rim CB. Now those loud shorts that are going to sound like a standard velocity. And then the Aguila super extra high velocity. And that was a lot louder. Also, don't want to forget to mention that these are windage and elevation adjustable. So for the windage left and right, you'll just loosen the screw here, and then you can move this peep sight left and right. And then for the elevation, the screw there just in front of that one, it will allow you to raise and lower this ramp, which currently it's just set all the way down. Alright, I think that about does it for the pistol bay here, so now we'll go down to the rifle range and take some longer range shots. Alright, here we are at the rifle range now. I don't have anything smaller than the 16-inch steel gong to shoot at currently. I need to invest in some little spinners or something for these 22 videos. I'm going to start out here at 25 yards and then we'll move it out further. So I'm going to start with these Cci. These are notoriously, and in my own experience, horribly inaccurate once you get past 5 or 10 yards. They're real fun up close, but accuracy really diminishes past 5-10 yards. So we'll see if maybe this gun likes them and see what it can do at 25 yards with them. Now they are going to drop like a rock, only being 400 feet per second. So I'm going to aim at the very top of that gong there, and hopefully we'll still hit it. And then I'm going to try the Quiets and the CBs, and then these high velocities here. And then we'll move her out. So as you can see, freshly painted target there. I'm going to take my first shot zoomed out, and then we'll zoom in for the rest. Okay, that one's pretty easy to see. Hey, this one's not doing too bad. I tried them through my Rossi and they were all over the place. Let's try a couple more and see if they keep grouping up at the top there. So that's 4.5 inch group from there. I'm not sure where the first and second shot went. You guys should have been able to see it in the footage there, but obviously that's a huge group. But that's actually the best results I've got so far at any real distance. So this gun over the other ones I've tried them out of, which probably 4 or 5 different guns, this one seems to shoot them the best, even though they're still pretty horrible at 25 yards. What's also interesting is that it's shooting them higher up on the plate. This almost certainly due to the fact that it's the shortest barrel that I've ever shot them out of. Longer barrels will just create drag, thus they'll hit lower. So I'm going to try these Quiets now, and then we'll try the CBs, because until previously I just did them in the Rossi video. I had never shot these more than 5 or 10 yards. Wanted to see how they do. Both these did great out of the Rossi. We'll see how they do out of this Savage Cub. So I'll keep the same aim point, and if it's anything like the Rossi, it's going to put them right on that ear that I'm aiming at. Alright, now I'll try some of those CBs. Alright, so both those shoot great out of there at 25 yards. So the high velocity is either going to hit the exact same spot or a little higher because it's faster. So I'm going to shoot 5 of those and we'll just aim center target now. And again, those are the Aguila Super Extra High Velocity. Alright, now I got her out there at 100 yards, so I'm going to keep the same aim point at that top ear there, because they will drop at least a couple inches from there, and we'll see what we can do. Not sure what happened with this third shot here. It must have been a defective round. Alright, so looks like we're a little bit left and down there at 100 yards. It could just be the way I'm aiming at the target or whatever, but I'm going to try something here. So, center of your screen there's a chunk of clay there. Let's see how low is that. Okay. Take a few shots, see if I can hit that orange there, center of your screen. That right there is why I like peep sights, because they allow you to see little small targets at a considerable distance like that. Or I should say, see them a little better. Couldn't even see it. I had to cover it with the front sight, go a couple inches high, and then just slightly right. And I still couldn't see it while doing that to hit it, but you know what I mean. By the way, that's a pretty good group down there too. That's about 2 inches. And like I said, I wasn't trying to be super precise or anything like that. And we still printed 2 inches at 100 yards. That's pretty freaking good, guys. That is good for iron sights and just generic ammo. All right, so that's going to about do it for this one, guys. As you can see, it's just plenty accurate there. You got to love the fact that you can run short, long, and long rifle. Any type of ammunition there you want to run, it'll run them. I really love the peep sights on this thing. I really love the trigger. I don't want to dry fire his 22, so I can't show you guys that, but most people know about the Accu trigger. They're real good triggers, especially at this price point. Love the fact that it's windage and elevation adjustable. The bolt runs really smooth. Like I said, even though it's so small, it fits me just fine, so there's no issues there either. If you're a grown-up boy like me and you want to shoot your kid's rifle, there's no problem there anyways, unless you're going to be like 6'5", 300 pounds like I said earlier. You should be just fine shooting this with your kid. And I know that's what it's marketed at, but honestly, I'd love to have one of these just for myself to mess around with. They're really fun to shoot. So like I said, guys, this one's the Cub, which is discontinued, but it's pretty much the same thing as the Rascal. Obviously, there might be a few little changes here and there, but same basic thing as the current Rascal that they make. So really love it. Great little compact rifle there, and I'm sure the Rascal is no different. So thanks again to my buddy Andrew for loaning this to me for the review. Appreciate it, man. Thanks to you guys for watching. If you want to get yourself any of the products you see me use in the video, like the shooting bag here, steel target earmuffs, and more, links in the description. If you guys want to see this Rossi here I kept talking about the whole time, I'll put a link in the description of that video as well. But like I said, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you on the next one.